It is obvious that the punishment meted out to you by the courts has taught you nothing. It is also obvious that you are not in the least contrite. The best evidence of remorse would be the disgorging of the money outstanding. That you control some of it, I am quite satisfied. Therefore, Montgomery Alfred Parkin, I sentence you to imprisonment for 15 years. Take him down.
$30,000 nicker. Now you can afford to go straight.
Let's have some bubbly, shall we? Go on, kids, get on with these. All good stuff, these.
Oh, lovely.
Cheers.
What do you want me to buy?
30,000.
That's a funny sort of toast, Lynn. Good luck to Monty and Shirl, that's what I
Being
say.
a real mate and all. No, I mean it. Finding this place for us, stocking it up with food, looking after the money, keeping an eye on Shirl. Hope I can do the same for you sometime, mate.
What, in South America?
Yeah. You can't hurry it up a bit, can you? I mean, 3 weeks waiting. Here.
You're safe here, if you're careful.
It's as bad as the bloody Nick.
No, it won't be, love.
Now, look, don't do anything stupid, eh, Monty? Now, be patient. You do another 10 if the law finds you. You keep reminding him, Shirl.
It's nice to be together again.
Not the other villains. You proved to me you were the smartest.
30,000. Oh, you'll have a lovely time spending
Dear
there.
Monty, I'd like to get something for Denise. Something to remember Auntie Shell by.
Yeah, all right.
No, you better not, love.
Oh, Len.
Well, it's another risk, not worth taking.
Oh, let her, Len. How can it be a risk?
Look, if the law got her on her own, coming home from school playing in the street. Where's your Auntie Shirl, love? I don't know, but she gave me, well, that's a lead. That's all they need, all they want. Now, you forget about the kid, Shirl. Nah, I should have held on to this money. Hand it over the day you leave. But I weighed it up. Your money, your risk. How you think about spending it 3 weeks from now, eh?
Relax, then it'll be okay. It's just a long wait, that's all. 3 weeks.
It'll be all right.
Yeah, everyone keeps saying that. I know it'll be all right, but I still keep worrying. Been inside for 18 months now. Every bloody copper in the country's looking for me.
Not only you.
I want to feel free, and I don't feel free here. I keep looking over my shoulder, you know what I mean?
You'll be doing that for the rest of your life.
Oh, stop preaching to him. We're supposed to be celebrating. Give it a rest,
Yeah, all right. But I'll see what I can do. You see, it's not just getting you across the channel. There's the car at the other end. Now, I don't want you nicking the first one you take a fancy to.
Ever been to France, Shirl?
No, but I've been to Majorca.
That's Spain.
I know it, but we're going there after France, aren't we?
Here, look, I'll tell you what. I'm going to get you a map of Europe and a phrase book. Now, that's going to occupy your time between the other. Now, is there anything else you want? You let me know, eh?
Hey, could you lay your hands on the TV?
Yeah, sure, why not?
Oh, a colour one for big screen.
Yeah, colour one and all, then.
Ta-ta. It's a shame about Denise.
I've just worked it out. I spent 7 out of the last 10 years in a nick. And this time, if I was lucky, I'd be out by the time I got to be 40. Law's got me marked, bastards. Every time there's a big job, they're on to me. I reckon if they had their way, I'd be the busiest villain in the manor. 7 years. Brixton, Scrubs, Parkhurst, I know 'em all. Bloody law seen to that.
They may have got you, Monty, but they didn't get you 30,000. It was worth doing 18 months for.
See, I spent all that time inside, thinking about the outside. Became an obsession. See, it's not enough just wanting to be free. You can't pick up where you left off. You can't just go on being Monty Parky. So I worked out a new identity. Completely. I had 18 months to think about it.
Did you miss me?
Yeah. See, all I had to be was ready. I knew something would be arranged.
How do you feel now?
All right now?
Mm.
How do you think?
Relaxed.
Yeah. Contented.
Happy.
Yeah.
You love me, Monty, don't you? Still feel the same, even though it's been 18 months?
Yeah.
Well, tell me.
I've dreamed about this. Whole day in bed, saying whatever comes into my mind. Feeling you next to me.
I reckon the only thing you love is having it off. Monty, be nice to go out. Just for a bit. Monty, ain't you thought about going out? Do some shopping? Won't mind having my hair done, it feels ever so greasy. Look, I'm sick of being cooped up and there's no decent telly on in the daytime. I wish it'd start. Come on, Monty. You grow stale just lying in bed all day. Look, we've got to get out in the daylight sometime. We're not going to live here like them white things you see under a stone. You cheeky devil! I know you didn't go and buy it. Oh, I always fancied a jag. How do you think my hair looks?
Sticky. Come on, kiss a kiss. Let's go and spend some money. I just want to have one last look.
I hope nobody spots you, Monty.
So what if they do? Think they'll call old Bill? Nah, not this lot down here. I used to nick things regular when I was a kid from the stalls every Saturday. I remember once getting some bananas and eating them whole. I was like, I was supposed to peel them first.
You silly bitch, if you want him on, I'll give you a clap behind the ear.
I did nothing
you
wrong.
You can't, that's what you did. Just so you get your head done, spend a few quid.
I said leave her alone!
I haven't finished with her yet. And what the hell's this?
Oh, for Christ's sake, Lenny, it's a bloody teddy bear.
What, for Denise?
No, it's not for Denise. I bought it for myself.
You're going to take it with you halfway across the world, I suppose?
No. I don't know.
Don't know. Soft, you bloody soft, the pair of you. Bloody teddy bear, what's all this? Booze, clothes, bloody junk. You risked your neck for this.
I've done nothing wrong. You're picking on me because you're scared to pick on Monty.
Scared of who? I'm just trying to make sense out of it. The whole country's looking for him. You take him out shopping. He's no only fella in the street, not anymore.
If you hadn't seen any of that, you'd never have known, would you?
I knew before you got back. You were driving down the North End Road in a Nick Jag.
OK. OK, Lenny, you've made your point. But just understand this, mate. I'm going out again. I've got to get away from these bloody walls.
Now, look, do me a favour, eh? It's not me that's on the run. I'm going to live out my life in Wandsworth, not South America. Now, come on, be patient, please. It's only a couple of weeks more.
What's this?
Come here, you bloody fool. What do you want to go for?
Well, there's a lot to protect in that.
I see. Something for Monty to play with. You've got your teddy bear, now he's got his gun. One thing neither you could do with it is blow your brains
Oh,
out.
very funny. Why, Monty? What do we need that for? No one knows where we are. Monty, I don't like guns.
Well, you'll just have to learn to live with it, won't you?
Couldn't you have got a smaller one? Oh, it's no fun anymore, stuck here, always arguing.
You two arguing?
And now a bloody great gun. It's bad enough when you're in the nick, Monty, and having to wait. All I had was them letters you wrote and the visits. But now it's worse.
I'll leave you to it. Well, be all right, love. I just said those things to you for your own good. See you, Monty?
Yeah, OK, then.
Will it be all right, Monty?
Yeah, sure.
How can you be sure?
Look, just let me do the worrying, eh?
Oh, and I'll just sit around and watch, because that's all there is to do here.
It won't be long.
I know, but it seems long. I was going to wait for you, Monty. 10 years if I had to. I'd made up my mind to give up 10 years of my life. I never looked at another fella. I lived my life around you. I knew what you'd be doing every hour of the day. I'd take Denise up to the swings. She'd be chattering away. But I'd only be half listening. Because inside me, I was with you. I went to the appeal court just to see you. Didn't take in what was said. I just watched you all the time. Then you were free. I didn't know. I was sitting on that tube thinking you'd just left for Brixton, and I couldn't get any sense from anyone at the court, so I went home. And Mavis was there. She'd packed so many things, and she was crying and laughing all at once. She told me what had happened. How Lenny was in on it and how he'd got you away, and that you were waiting for me. But Monty, we're not free. This ain't being free.
You're the best thing in the world, darling. This is how I remembered you. But don't worry, I'll get you away from here. I'll go and contact George tonight. And if he can get us out and doing a tenant and get me out of the country, eh? There's a barmaid will know where to find him. Oh, come on, cheer up. Hey, show us how you're looking at stuff you bought yourself, eh?
I've got a surprise for you, Monty.
And then buy yourself a ginger wine and relax. And when you got a chance, have a quiet word with Hilda and give her the note. Now, if she don't want to know, slip her 10.
I won't be long, Monty.
Don't rush it.
I thought George had trouble enough of his own. Make a couple of phone calls is all I can do. How is Monty?
You all right? Bit restless?
Give him my love. Wish him the best. Better finish up your drink now. Come back tomorrow. Yes, sir. Come in, come in.
Staying long, sir? You're on a double yellow line.
Oh, no, I'm just waiting for my girlfriend. Oh, this is now.
going on? You're Monty Parkin, aren't you?
Come on, Joe, get in the car! Come on, get in! Silly cow, come on, get in! Jill, stop it. I can't stand you crying like that.
Everything's gone wrong.
Bloody copper!
It was my fault. I didn't know what to do, what to think. There he was by the car.
It was bad luck.
Yeah, it's always bad luck for us, isn't it? Years and years of bad luck. And now a dead copper. It couldn't be worse.
Oh, yes, it could. At least he can't bloody talk. Oh, no one's going to pin it on us.
What about that barmaid?
Oh, don't worry about Hilda. She'll keep her mouth shut. Now, look, Shil, it was a hell of a shock, but you can't keep going over it. You've got to stop feeling sorry for yourself. Now, look, Shil, you understand, don't you? I had to do it. You knew what I was. Well, it was him or us.
This evening, in an incident outside a public house in the Fulham Palace Road in southwest London, a police sergeant was shot. Two people, one believed to be a woman, were seen driving away at high speed. The officer, Police Sergeant Douglas Jackson, was taken to the West London Hospital, where his condition is reported to be serious. And that's the end of this special newsflash. We'll have more detailed coverage for you later
He's not
in the
bloody dead! Oh, Jesus, if they get half a chance, they've got us!
Oh, Monty, hold me. Monty, I'm so frightened. Can I tidy up for you?
No, don't bother.
A cup of tea? Would you like me to put the kettle... At least the children are sleeping. Mrs. Jackson, why don't you go to bed, please?
I couldn't sleep.
Take the pills the doctor gave you.
No, the hospital might ring.
I'll be here. Try. It's going to be a terrible ordeal.
Yes.
I wish there was something I could do or say.
There isn't. Grief's private like love. Except you can share love.
Mrs. Jackson, the doctors haven't given up hope. Well, you mustn't either.
If I know how honest these people are. Doctors, police officers, they're all so professional. I'm scared to hope.
Well, you must.
He looked dead. Even though he was breathing, he looked dead.
The sun is shining. Hace sol. Hace sol. I'm sweating. Estoy sudando. Estoy sudando.
Estoy sudando.
It's going to rain.
Who cares?
Va a llover.
Look at all them sheep.
Va
Yeah, why
a
can't we
llover.
go to Australia? If you say it's going to rain there, at least they'll understand what you're talking about.
Is it safe to swim?
I don't know why you bother. You can't even swim.
Es este
It's all very
lugar
well asking the
seguro
questions,
para
but will you be able to
nadar?
understand what the geezer
Oh,
answers?
lay off, Shell! I know it's a bloody waste, but I've got to do something.
Why don't you make a cup of tea?
We're out of tea.
Well, coffee then.
There's no milk. You don't like it without milk.
But I'll drink it all the same. Now, come on, Shell. Cup of coffee. You tidied the bloody place up a bit.
Right. I was going to. Anyway, there's no rush. We got all day. Do you want this on?
Wish I had a bloody paper.
It's the little things you miss. Fresh milk. bag of crisps. We're really stuck here now. I just want to lie in bed and sleep. When I was a kid and got in trouble, I always hid in bed. I used to think that when I woke up, all my troubles would be over. Oh, look at me. I look shocking. Really terrible.
What exactly is it you want of me, Inspector Rawlings?
Your cooperation as a public-spirited citizen, as the wife of a member of the force.
How do you wish me to cooperate?
By helping to get the widest publicity possible for us.
Us? The police force?
Yes.
Why?
Shooting a police officer is an extremely serious crime.
Isn't shooting anyone?
Well, that goes without saying, but there are wider issues. It's your husband. I'm sorry. I find your attitude...
Uncooperative.
No, not at all. Just unexpected. But perfectly understandable. It is important for the public to be shocked by an occurrence such as this. They tend to get apathetic and blasé. I want to use what has happened to make the public aware of their duty and to help them catch those responsible.
Doug and I have always been aware of the dangers involved. I expected this sooner or later. It was always there in the back of my mind. But he's a policeman doing his job, aware of the dangers, not exceptional, not a hero. Is that what you wanted to be?
That is what I want you to say about your husband. Just that.
To whom?
The press, the television.
I see. Where are they?
Oh, it's Mr. Jackson now, Inspector.
Mr. Jackson. Mr. Jackson, there's nothing to say at the moment, gentlemen. There'll be a statement.
Anything to say, Mr. Jackson? Mr. Jackson, anything to say?
We'll communicate with you later.
You look ever so different. Don't suit you, though.
Yeah, well, it'll take a bit of getting used to, won't it?
How do you do, Mr. Jeff Watkins? This is the wife Myrtle of 5 years standing.
Oh, no, not Myrtle,
It's
Monty.
Myrtle from now on.
Every time you call me that, I burst out laughing.
What do you fancy then if you don't like Myrtle?
I always fancy one of them posh names like Deborah or Jennifer. Anyway, you decided on Janet. Janet Watkins, is that
That's
way?
it, wife of Jeff Watkins. Now, you've got to get used to calling me that.
Oh, I'll never.
Well, that's who I am, Janet. Marine engineer from Southampton, travelling to Caracas with the wife.
I thought we were going to Venezuela.
Well, Caracas is Venezuela. It's a bloody capital. I've got a 2-year contract available for scrutiny with a firm called... Hang on. With a firm called Efectos Navales CA as head engineer for their fleet of coastal vessels.
Caracas. No funny-sounding name.
Yeah, well, remind you of Majorca, where you spent 2 memorable weeks. One down with diarrhoea, the other down with sunburn.
Who told you that?
You did, in a letter. I was doing bird at the time.
You would have liked Majorca, all that sun.
Well, we're like Venezuela. See, you take it easy to start with. Have a look around. And we'll try the Caribbean. They speak English there. Find ourselves a little island. I learnt to swim and all. Oh, think of the future.
I keep thinking of that copper, Monty.
There are still no new developments in the incident outside the Greyfriars public house in southwest London, where last night Police Sergeant Douglas Jackson was shot. Over 100 colleagues cancelled days off and holidays to help in the search for the gunman. Police marksmen were on duty at roadblocks, but it's feared the gunman has slipped through the net. Sergeant Jackson is still in the intensive care unit of the West London Hospital, and a spokesman for the police reported that there had been no improvement in his condition. His wife, Mrs. Paula Jackson, helped by a policewoman and escorted by a senior police official, spent the morning by her husband's bedside. The children, Karen 6 and Tricia 4, were left in the care of a police welfare officer.
The children as well?
So far, the police have issued no statement concerning the shooting incident, but it's believed they're investigating information provided by a member of the public.
Hilda. It was Hilda.
I'm daft, that's bluffed. Only saying that to stop himself looking silly.
Sergeant Jackson has been a member of the force for the last 7 years. 3 years ago, he was posted to the Hammersmith area.
Oh, they're really making a meal of it. Anyone would think it was the Prime Minister or something.
I'd rather not go. I don't feel up to it. Later, perhaps.
But it's all laid on.
Out there again through the reporters
If
and
that's what's
photographers.
bothering you, I'll tell
I'm
them to
sorry,
go
in the
away.
present circumstances, I can't cope. His life is just draining away, and
Now,
every time I go
Mrs.
to the
Jackson,
hospital...
you must trust the doctors. There have been signs of improvement.
Followed by another relapse.
Mrs. Jackson, I assure you
I
there's no
resent you
attempt...
being here. I'm sorry. I know that everything is being done for me and for Doug. And afterwards, whatever way it goes, I shall be grateful to you for the way you've arranged things. But just at the moment, I cannot see why I warrant such attention. I mean, reporters. I refuse to speak to them. What on earth can I say that could possibly be of national interest?
Mrs. Jackson, you are of national interest. The plucky wife of a police officer shot while performing his duty.
Is that how it looks?
That's how it is, Mrs. Jackson. We're being flooded with messages of sympathy. Get well cards. The response has been phenomenal. There are people all over the country sharing your grief.
Vicariously.
I assure you it's
Stop
genuine.
assuring me. The doctors haven't stopped doing just that either. My head is full of questions, and all I get are reassurances. They're not enough. I need to know. I know there was an operation to stop internal bleeding. Are they optimistic? Do you know if it was successful?
So far, it has been. There were times last night when your husband regained consciousness.
Did he say anything? Did he ask for it?
All I know is there were times
When did
when
you hear?
As I left.
Why didn't they tell me?
Shall we go to the hospital?
Inspector Rowland, the same. Can you tell us what's happening at the moment, please? Have a statement to make.
Jeffrey Gordon Watkins, profession marine engineer. Place and date of birth, you better memorise that. Country residence, height, colour of eyes, colour of hair. Special peculiarities? None. Janet May Watkins. Maiden name Forrest. There's not much to learn, Janet, so make sure you get it right.
Oh, it's not a very good photo. Look, Monty.
Forget the Monty.
Sorry, Lenny.
Now, notice how well travelled you are. Genoa, Marseille, but you've never been further than Europe before. Now, in the last 3 years, you've had 2 weeks' holiday in Mallorca. Jeffrey's been on his own to Gibraltar and Rotterdam, and all in the course of duty, right?
Right.
Now, there's the good news. You're going tomorrow night, so you can start packing.
Hey, Lenny, how'd you manage it?
I'm doing it for myself. You're bad news, Monty, but you know that. I want to see the last of you. Now, go along with robbing a bank, but only an idiot would shoot
he
a copper.
recognised me, I had
You
to.
keep saying that. You're on the run anyway. Showing off again, that's what you were doing, playing a big shot. Well, I don't intend to get nicked for impeding the course of justice. I could end up with doing half your sentence and all for doing you a favour.
Do you want me to pay you something, eh?
Nah, it's all right. 30,000 will go quick enough. 4,000's gone just getting you out the country. Nah, Monty. I want a sleep night starting tomorrow. Then Mavis can move in, give this place a going overnight, and rent it out as a nice little business with a room at the back.
All right, what's it for?
9:30. There'll be an 1100 left round the corner during the afternoon. You drive to Witham on the A12. Then you get a number to ring and a name. You get them with the keys. Simple.
Tomorrow night, darling.
Brush up your parley-vous and take your seasick pills, because tomorrow you'll be in France.
I can't believe it, Monty.
It's Jeff, darling. Jeff, not Monty.
Got butterflies in my stomach just thinking about it.
Yeah, well, after tomorrow night, all our troubles will be over, won't they?
Police Sergeant Douglas Jackson, who was shot outside the Greyfriars public house in southwest London 4 nights ago, died this afternoon in the West London hospital.
Oh,
During the last 3 days, doctors have been fighting to save his life. The end was
Thank
sudden
God.
and resulted from internal bleeding.
Monty.
Forensic specialists confirmed that he was shot in the chest from a range of approximately 4 feet. The weapon is believed to have been a shotgun with a sawn-off barrel. Sergeant Jackson, aged 27, was married with 2 young children, both girls. His wife, who never gave up hope of her husband's recovery, spent the day at his bedside. It's understood that early yesterday, Sergeant Jackson regained consciousness and was able to give the police information regarding the man who fired the shot and his companion. The police now have reason to believe that the man they wish to question in regard to the murder of Sergeant Jackson may have some connection with the escape from a prison van of 9 men connected with the robbery of the Royal National Bank in February 1971. And in this connection, the police are anxious to trace the present whereabouts of a young woman who disappeared the day of the escape.
He's talking about me! Monty, tell him it's not me! Monty, tell him I didn't do it!
Stop it! Shut up!
do you mean, a full police funeral? It's going to be fairly public?
Yes.
Press and television?
It's a news item.
I asked if they were going to be there, not why. I know why. You make that very clear. I don't want my children involved. They're too young.
I'll take care of the children.
And no
Mrs. Jackson.
flowers.
If you prefer, though I don't see how you're
It's
going
going
to
to be
stop
showy enough without flowers. What else?
it. Very little. Outside the church, there'll be a guard of honor and another at the cemetery.
You're turning my husband's funeral into a circus.
That's unfair, Mrs. Jackson. These arrangements are typical, not to say traditional. Your husband died on duty. His colleagues want to honor him, pay their last respects. It's natural. It's the way we do things in the force. I'm sorry, Mrs. Jackson. I had hoped to ease your burden by attending to these matters.
I'm not
In that
suggesting
case, you mustn't accuse me of turning it into a circus. It will be very dignified and fitting.
I question the motives. It's an exercise in...
Solidarity.
Well, more than solidarity.
My motives may disturb you, Mrs. Jackson, but they are honest. I believe this publicity to be necessary. I and my colleagues are disturbed by the attention given in the press to isolated cases of police brutality, dishonesty. It's out of all proportion. Your husband's funeral is our opportunity to redress the balance. As I have said, it will be very dignified, conducted with an integrity befitting your husband's actions.
You will use it that way.
There are wider issues. Apart from being your husband, he was a member of the force.
But you're making him into somebody he wasn't. And it's because I love Doug that I want him remembered for what he was. An ordinary man. My friends were surprised when I married him. I knew what he was. Not particularly ambitious. I wanted advancement, promotion, of course. He was patient. Content to wait his turn. Good thing he was, because in 7 years he never got very far. He cut no dash. But he was solid, reliable, a good family man, an ordinary policeman. Not a very good one by your standards. He was the sort who was the backbone of the force. A far cry from your West End Central image. But you know all this. You've seen his file, and it bears out what I'm telling you. That is the man I married, and that is the man I want to see buried.
Mrs. Jackson, I am aware of your sensibilities.
Then why do I feel you're not convinced?
I assure you I am.
I accept that my husband's funeral will be a public event. But privately I can protest. And I'm doing just that.
There you are. The front page. Normally reserved for pools winners or the royals. You're a celebrity, Shell, in your own right, just like Monty.
OK, don't rub it in. We saw it on the news. Can't you see what it's done to her?
They'll say I shot the copper next. Why can't they leave me out of it?
Oh, don't worry, Shell. When they get you, you can plead diminishing responsibility. They'll take one look at you and believe it.
Oh, why are you picking on me, Lenny?
Leave her alone. Look at the state she's in. Look, they won't get you, darling. In a few hours, we'll be on our way out of the country. Look, Lenny, now, let's not argue, eh? Have a go at me, if you like, if it makes you feel better. But tonight's the last we'll see of you, and I don't want to cock it up. Well, Lenny?
Well, Lenny, what?
Well, the keys, the telephone number. What do you mean?
It's off.
What?
You mean we're not going?
That's what off means, stupid.
Oh, no, Lenny, please don't. I can't stand that.
You've got cold feet, mate.
Not me, mate. I'm the only one that didn't. I'm here, aren't I? You're not leaving tonight. It's off. I'm sorry.
You're sorry!
He's not sorry. He's glad. He'd be glad if the law walked through that door.
You believe that?
Yes, I do, because you're jealous. You're jealous of money and his money.
Mad, you're bloody mad. The penny that's hit the fan. No one wants to touch either of you.
I paid for it!
Yeah, that was before he shot the cop, but that changed a hell of a lot. You paid for it all right now. You're really going to pay
The
for it.
law, Nabdash, you wouldn't turn it in, would
Mad,
you? eh?
bloody
Eh?
mad.
Once you tell us it was off when you arrived.
I'm telling you now.
Oh, no, you want to rub it in. You've got to have your laugh. Look at yourself, Shirl. You're a celebrity. Well, bloody You're getting a change out of this, aren't you? Enjoying seeing her blabbering away. You call us bloody mad. You're a nutcase, Lenny. You really are.
Look at you, simple pair of bastards. Look, if you're so sure I'd like the Lord and have you, go on, clear out. You're already packed. You got your passports. You know, skin off of my nose, you'll be off my back. But you two aren't going anywhere on your own. With the blind leading the bloody blind.
we going to do, then?
Wait.
And what can you do?
Try again, make it worth their while.
How much? 5,000?
No, at least that.
Yeah, all right, 10.
No, put it away. You can pay him yourself. I'll just try and arrange it.
Well, couldn't you contact George or Bill? We went to the job together and all.
I thought you tried then.
I did. I didn't get far. Didn't get anywhere.
Now, look, Monty, you made it tougher for everyone. No one wants to know you.
Oh, don't you believe that, mate. George would do his best.
It's not what I've heard. It's the very angry villains about.
Oh, yeah? Where'd you get that from, then?
Well, everyone's talking. Your front page
Well, who's
news again.
everyone?
The word I've heard is they'd like to see you nabbed.
Well, who the bloody hell's they?
And the pressure would ease off the rest, and then it could clear out and enjoy what they've got. Well, look at her. Pathetic. Oh, yeah, there's something else. Now, you think about it. We've had the law around asking questions. Now, they mean business, and they're going to be back and back until they get some answers. That's why I want to see you out. Now, I'm your only friend in the world. No, you just spend the day watching, eh? Don't miss the funeral. There won't be a dry eye in the country. The law will see to that.
It was revealed yesterday that the man wanted for questioning in connection with the murder of Police Sergeant Douglas Jackson is Montgomery Alfred Parkin, who 2 weeks ago escaped from a police van with 8 other men. The men, coined by the popular press as the bog robbers, were attending an appeal against their convictions and sentences. And although a nationwide search is still going on, none of the men have been apprehended. But at police headquarters, they're confident that arrests are imminent. And we've been asked not to show a photograph of Montgomery Parkin for the time being, because it would involve the public, who may put themselves at risk if they identified him. In all, more than 200 detectives are searching for Parkin. They've been warned to approach with caution if he's spotted, as he's expected to use violence to resist arrest. The mystery woman has been named as Shirley Daphne Coombs, aged 24. She's believed to be with Parkin and is wanted by the police for questioning. Now, with me in our News and Views studio is Mrs. Fay Parkin, mother of the wanted man.
Jesus.
What's your mum doing on the telly?
Mrs. Parkin asked if she could appear and appeal publicly to her son.
Oh, my God, look at the old cow. Cow!
Now, Mrs. Parkin, when was the last time you saw your son?
It's a good few months ago. He hasn't lived at home for ever so long.
Oh, but you do see him from time to time.
Oh, yes, and when he was inside, I wrote to him and that. But he never answered, did he? Monty always was the independent one.
Monty, that's a very unusual name, isn't it?
Yes, his dad named him after the general.
Oh, yes, I see.
Well, you see, he served under him in the desert. Al Alamein and that.
Look here, Parkin. You might be the only thing in a cow and knockings ups, but on the parade ground, you're a disgrace to the desert rats.
Monty's a bit of a show-off. Always been like that, even as a kid. Earlier on, when you said that the police said he was dangerous, well, didn't sound to me like my Monty. I don't think he'd kill anyone. I just want to say, if you're watching this, Monty, give yourself up to the police. Pay the price for what you've done.
What a terrible woman. Or is she part of the great conspiracy as well?
Tonight, the body of the murdered police officer lies in state by candlelight. There will be a guard of honor, and in response to public demand, the church will remain open. Thousands of people are expected to file past and pay their last respects.
Mrs. Jackson, I'm very grateful for this opportunity. I know the detective inspector here asked you as a special favour and warned me to make it brief, but could we have a few pictures?
If you like.
With the children?
Oh, they're asleep.
Oh, I don't want to wake them. Oh, just a simple shot, you looking at them in bed, that sort of thing. The readers would love it.
No, I don't think so. Oh, here then?
Over here would be good, Mrs. Jackson.
What is your attitude to capital punishment?
Douglas felt in some instances child murderers. I've never been sure.
And the murder of a policeman? Do you feel they should reintroduce the death penalty for this kind of thing?
Would I like to see my husband's killer hanged?
Yes.
Okay, plenty of
I don't want to think about it.
moving.
Some people are beyond understanding. Oh, some organisation dedicated to bringing back capital punishment have written at great length.
Around this way, Mrs. Jackson. Down here.
They've invited me to be a spokesman.
Yes. Well, just one or two more questions, Mrs. Jackson. Literally thousands of messages of sympathy have arrived. Well, how do you feel about these spontaneous gestures from strangers?
It's very kind of them and thoughtful.
And a special fund has been set up?
It's round here, Mrs. Jackson.
What do you intend to do with the proceeds?
Sit down.
They'll probably go into a trust fund for children.
It could reach 30,000.
At 10 a.m. today, for 2 minutes, areas of Hammersmith came to a virtual standstill when the service at St. Michael's Church for Police Sergeant Douglas Jackson began. Hundreds of mourners, unable to get inside the packed church, followed the service, which was relayed over loudspeakers. The Right Reverend Gordon Mulhouse spoke eloquently to a packed congregation of policemen and policewomen, local dignitaries and mourners. He called upon the silent majority of the nation to find their voice and speak out against lawlessness in an effort to stop the present trend of violence in crime. He spoke of the bravery of policemen who, unarmed, battle with the criminal elements of our society who use firearms without compunction. He continued that we'd reached a sorry state when a policeman was callously gunned down. Yet we could take comfort from the fact that he never flinched from his duty, and that Douglas Jackson represented all that is best in a police force that indisputably is the envy of all nations. He concluded by speaking of the personal tragedy which a nation shared with a modest and brave young woman and mother. The congregation then joined in with the singing of Abide With Me. The coffin, crowned by Police Officer Jackson's hat and carried by his colleagues, emerged into the sunlight.
Man that is born of woman hath but a short time to live.
While a widow mourned, her children by her side, relatives, friends, and well-wishers paid final homage.
Were shadow and never continueth in one stay. In the midst of life we are in death. Of whom may we seek for succor but of thee, O Lord, who for our sins art justly displeased? Yet, O Lord God most holy, O Lord most mighty, O holy and most merciful Saviour, deliver us not into the bitter pains of eternal death. Thou knowest, Lord, the secrets of our hearts. He remembereth that we are but dust.
God's sake, stop that bloody snivelling.
I can't help it.
Can't you see through it?
Monty put that gun down.
It's just an act. He was just a stupid, bloody, dumb copper.
Stupid or not, he had a wife and kids. Did you see him?
Yeah,
and it didn't mean nothing.
Yes, it meant something. They're looking for the weakest link, arts and flowers, and you go and bleeding fall for it.
Monty Parkin, I don't understand you. I don't understand you at all. You got no feeling. Not for me, not for her, not for anyone. Look at all them people. Oh, sorry he's dead. If it was you, them same people would be glad.
Well, I'm not going to be worried what they feel about me when I'm gone.
Oh, I'm sorry for you.
Well, save it for the copper's wife.
Monty, do I have to keep telling you don't point that thing at me?
And for yourself, if they get you.
Stop it, Monty. I ain't going to know.
Here we go again. Instant bleeding waterworks. You should eye yourself out as a professional mourner.
I hate you, do you know that? I hate you because you're a dirty, rotten bastard.
You what? Silent majority. Well, I can get fucked!
You've really gone mad.
Come on. Here, drink it. Well, what do you want, then? A cup of tea?
I want to be left alone.
Look, Cheryl. Look at me. I can't stand it when you're like this.
Can't help it.
I'm sorry.
I know.
Well, then.
It don't make no difference. I don't like you anymore, Monty Parkin. You look so puffy in that blonde wig. It suits the stupid name you chose. Jeffrey Watkins. I don't like any of it. I don't want to go to Caracas or Venezuela, or wherever it is we're supposed to end our days.
Why didn't you stay in jail? I didn't mind waiting. Well, I did, I suppose, but I was going to put up with it. With remittance and all, you'd have been out in 9 years.
I've gone mad in 9 years.
You're mad anyway, shooting the telly.
Well, I had to do something. Well, them bloody coppers lined up being holier than thou. Bloody law. They're bigger grafters than any villain I know. It's always been a rabbit punching and kicking at ghoulies, and I'm out for the cut with me.
Oh, forget about the coppers. It weren't them that upset me. It was that woman. I knew how she felt.
All right, you know that. Leave it alone!
Oh, for Christ's sake! You notice how we changed? You think we've been locked up here for years instead of just over 2 weeks? Do you remember the first day? You didn't leave me alone for 24 hours. And now we can't stand the sight of each other. You keep saying that. Well, it can't get any worse, can it? I just wish it'd end one way or another.
Now, look. Look, Cheryl.
Go away, Monty.
What are you playing at?
It answered him back.
Cheryl!
Oh, love, what's going to happen?
Oh, I don't know, love. Oh, we had a dreadful time getting here. The law's outside our place night and day. We went to the local, didn't stop for a drink, through the front, out of the back, got on a bus, then walked.
Oh, I'm so glad you came.
Oh, you can't go without saying ta-da.
It's on, then?
Yeah.
How much?
10.
Jesus.
You can afford it.
You all right? What happens?
1100's with a side gate. The keys are in the ashtray. When you get with them, ring this number and ask for Tony.
Straight up.
Well, it should be. It's costing 10 grand. Well, come on, then. Get ready. What are you waiting for?
Right, come on. Sorry about the mess. Come on, Cheryl.
I'm not going.
You've got to.
No, I don't, do I?
Well, you can't stay here. It's all been arranged. What's the matter?
Oh, we had a row. She's mad at me.
Everybody has rows. They blow over.
Oh, don't let the tiff stand in your way. Try and help you,
I'm
love.
not going.
Now, look, darling. It'll be all right. Now, tomorrow night we'll be in France.
We'll never make it.
Oh, don't be soft. Lenny's arranged it, haven't you, Lenny?
Yeah, it's cost him nothing. He's left a chance.
Listen, can't we give ourselves up? I mean, they won't kill us or anything. It's the best thing, Monty. We'll never feel free. I know it. Never.
Do you want to stay?
If you will, please, Monty,
No,
stay.
no, you stay.
No, not me, and I couldn't face it by myself.
Oh, come on, Cheryl. Get ready. Please, come on.
Place in a state.
Sorry, I couldn't be bothered doing nothing.
That looks like it.
Got everything? Tickets, passports, money?
Always a joker.
Look after her, Monty. You're all she'll have in the world.
I'm all she'll need.
Okay.
Wish me luck.
Yeah, I do.
All the luck in the world. Lenny,
Listen.
so shocked. She looked dreadful.
Look at this. They live like animals. It's a pigsty.
What do you think of their chances?
With their luck, I wouldn't put money on them. The whole country's looking for them, and they're not two needles in a haystack.
You have arranged it for them. Proper like.
What makes you think I'll tell them a lie?
Do anything to get them out of here. And what you said. You seemed so sure they'd get caught. Lenny,
You haven't told the law. Lenny, I've lived with you long enough to know when you're not playing it straight. You wouldn't tell the law.
Not the law.
Who then? Some other villains?
No one. They're losers. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe they will end up in the Caribbean and live happily ever after.
What are you going to do with all this?
Dump it in the yard and burn it.
Be like bonfire night. And this? She must have bought it for Denise.
I don't care. She's not going to have it.
All right. But some kid would like it.
And send it to that copper's wife. She's got two.